Welcome everyone to episode 34 of the Capital Wrestling Podcast. I'm your host, Sean O'Brien. Catch us here every Wednesday afternoon at 12 o'clock, soundcloud.com/LTours You can search for us on iTunes, just search Capital Wrestling. Also go on Twitter at Capital Wrestling without the G. Follow me on Twitter at Sean Neutron. Every Monday night, you catch us live at 6:05 via gfqlive.tv, Twitch, and Pivot Share. Now, if you want to get some merchandise for Capital Wrestling, go to whatamaneuver.net and prowrestlingtees.com. We have a brand new beanie out there for $20 and $5 shipping you can get from Capital Wrestling right now. So for the fall weather, you're going to want to pick that up. We also have hoodies, t-shirts, everything, baby onesies. If you want that the beanie though, contact capitalwrestling@gmail.com. And also email that if you're a talent looking to get onto a show, or if you're looking to sponsor a match or a show. So just go to capitalwrestling@gmail.com. Last week we had the Bo Show, Bo Crockett, on here talking about the fallout from the 1014 show from Hoboken. And it was good to talk to him. But this week we're going to have a very awesome guest. He's from Warriors of Wrestling and obviously a mainstay here at Capital Wrestling. He's the salty dog and the 5-star stud. He is none other than Joey Ace. What's up, Joey?
What's up, man? How you doing, brother?
Oh, I'm doing great, man. How's your night going?
Great, man. I'm sitting down with my dog, my cat, and watching some Monday Night Raw.
Oh, there we go. Yeah, I always DVR and I catch up with it later on so I can fast forward to the commercials.
Yeah, right?
I've heard a few things already, but, I mean, there's a lot of fallout from Hell in a Cell that people are dealing with. I mean, TLC.
Yeah, I'm just catching up on that. Sit down and enjoy it and talk about who's your favorite and who's not. Remember when those were the days that was great? Oh, my favorite's this guy. My favorite's that guy. Oh, I don't like this guy. Who cares about? Everyone wants to be an armchair booker. Like, if you were the booker and you were that good, you would be working there. Evidently, you're sitting on the couch watching it, so you're not.
It's a very good point. Like, I mean, I find sometimes I want to be positive, and every now and then I'll find something to nitpick, but I usually try to keep it like few and far between.
Oh, yeah, it's human nature. It's fine. But sometimes, man, everyone just needs to calm down, sit down, grab your popcorn, your pizza, your soda, your salsa, whatever you're going to drink, whatever you're going to eat, and enjoy the show.
Yeah, exactly. Too many people out there, like you said, armchair bookers, Monday quarterbacks, whatever it is, think they know it all. But, I mean, what have you been up to lately, man? Aside from watching Raw right now, what have you been up to recently?
Just, same old same, and just training a little bit more, getting in the gym a little bit more, getting more reps in, and, going to, just pretty much training, nothing new. My life's pretty boring. Just my dog, my cat, my wife, and just working out, and that's it, wrestling.
So that's a typical day for you?
Yeah, it's a typical day, man. It's nothing special. There's nothing going on, and you know what? It's boring, and I like it.
So you get up, and then you got the meals all prepped for the week, right?
Just about. Maybe for, I'll be honest with you, maybe 2-3 days, and then I'll do a little prep for the rest of the week, But the whole week ain't going to happen because I'm like, all right, if it's the whole week, then I'm like, I don't want chicken this day. And then I'll go to, I want, maybe I want beef this day, So, I don't know. I can't really stick on a straight-up regimen and try to, plan out for the whole week. Now,
do you prefer to hit the gym in the morning or do you like to go at night?
Oh, man, dude. All right, so they both have their pros and cons. So, in the morning, super early, you get it done, it's out of the way. I'm not thinking about it, I'm not grumpy about it, I'm not missing it, it's just whatever, it's done. At night, it's like I get flooded with ideas, I'm training, I'm doing my thing, there's nothing I gotta think about. I know right after this is bedtime, but usually there's a little bit of TV, then bedtime. But you know what? It's like that's it. So there's not one I prefer over the other. It's whenever time allows. If I gotta be up at 4 in the morning, it ain't happening. It'll happen 8, 9 in the morning to work out, and then it's like, oh, I hate it. But when I get home, then I'm like, all right, cool, got nothing planned. Workout's gonna happen, and I'm good to go. But that's if I usually have an early morning. If I have a late day, then it's early.
Now, what about your weekends? I mean, obviously you're wrestling on weekends, but how does that change your schedule in terms of working out and just sleep schedule and meal prep, all that?
Oh, I try to get it done again, early. If I'm waking up, usually on a Saturday or Sunday, it's usually 6 or 7 o'clock. Sometimes 8. 8's usually me sleeping in, or 8 is I overslept.
Mm-hmm.
So, and I'm usually out the door for a show at 3 or 4 in the afternoon. Drive to wherever I gotta go that's local, and get it in, and that's it.
Now,
But usually there's a few hours of like meal prep and just working out and just kind of chilling out, thinking about what I'm going to do, and then go.
now, how much of an influence is your wife for you, the support system for you, in terms of keeping you on that right track?
Oh man, it's great. It's just stability. If I could tell anyone who's not married or trying to get married, looking for somebody, or or like on the fence, it's just like if your life's not stable, they'll make your life stable. If you're looking for stability, it's probably one of the best things if you find the right partner.
Yeah.
And we get along, so and also too with our work schedules, we're not like together a lot. So she knows what I gotta do, and she kind of sets up things for like make sure like the laundry's done, food's cooked and everything, and all that jazz. So it's usually like she's pretty good about that stuff.
So Team Salty Dog is going strong.
Yeah, Team Salty Dog is stronger than it's ever been.
There we go. Well, it's good to hear that, man. I saw a picture of you guys last week on social media. You guys are looking great.
Oh, thank you.
Now, you're also going to go with Warriors of Wrestling, and upcoming you have a championship match for the No Limits Championship versus Sonny Kiss. What are your thoughts on that matchup, and what challenges is Sonny going to present you?
Oh man, look, he's athletic. He's different. That's where it ends. Personally, I don't like the man. I don't like. This is the problem with independent wrestling, and especially like you here in New York City. Everybody's freaking brother. Everyone wants to wear everybody's T-shirt and go, "Hey, look at me!" and go on social media after the match and go, "Hey, look! Wow, we did it! We tore the house down, man. We got to do it again, brother." Like that's not gonna happen with me.
Mm-hmm.
That is not gonna happen with me. That's one thing. Like I'm gonna go in there and do what I gotta do, and then beat Sonny Kiss for that championship. I want the No Limits Championship. I hate the fact that he has it. And the thing with Warriors of Wrestling is I've been there for 7 years, and you can go on YouTube and you can stroll through their channel, man. I'm telling you, Sean, I've been there going on maybe 8 years now, and there's a handful, if that, of me on there. A handful.
Mm-hmm.
You don't know I'm there unless I'm talking about it.
Mm-hmm.
I'm gonna tell you I'm their franchise player.
Mm-hmm.
I've been there every show, never missed a show.
So do you feel slighted or disrespected by the fact that you're not promoted more heavily?
Oh, of course. Of course. They can promote everyone else, and they will do nothing with that promotion. They will do nothing with the marquee matches they have. Nothing. Absolutely nothing. They won't talk about it. They won't draw any attention to it. Never. Mm-hmm. Maybe one or two guys. But this guy right here, the guy on the other line that you're talking to right now,
yep,
the man, franchise player.
The 5-star stud.
That's it. Yup, the 5-star stud. And the reason why he's the saltiest dog in the land. And come November 4th, Fun Station, Road to Solution, Warriors of Wrestling, I am going to be the No Limits champion. And I'm walking out there the man. I'm going to walk out that building the man.
Now, when you put the 5-star stud Joey Ace on your card, you definitely get a full house every time.
Of course you do. Of course you do.
What is it about Sonny? You said you don't like Sonny personally. What about him rubs you the wrong way?
Brother. Oh, my God. Yay, high five. Woo-hoo, yay. We're going to have a great match tonight. Oh, can't wait to do it again, brother. That stuff.
Oh, okay, gotcha,
like,
I gotcha.
Really? You like everybody you're in the ring with? Everyone's cool? Everyone's your brother? No.
Sometimes there has to be that level of competition where two people just don't like each other and they want to go at it.
Yeah. Like, look, in the ring, amazing. Like, he's an enigma. Oh, God. Like, my dog doesn't like him either.
A special guest on the podcast is Joey Ace's dog.
Yeah.
What's his name?
Mickey. Mickey doesn't like him either.
Mickey just cut a promo and it was scathing.
Yep. That was wow. So you're not working? You're not wrestling on November 4th, Mickey? Yeah, you are.
What's
you are. He's looking at me.
What's his finishing move?
His finishing move?
Yeah.
Is a leap. I don't know if it's the leap of faith, the leap of the dog, the leap.
It's the morning leap when you're waking up and bam, hits you.
Yep, right in the face too. Bam, falls right to the mouth.
Obviously known as a salty dog, what's your biggest pet peeve, whether it's in life or wrestling, whatever?
Man, complaining. And I'll be honest, I'm a victim of that too. You know, you go through the motion. You see the same result, and you get complacent. And I was like that, just complaining about everything. You know, I didn't like where I was at, and there just comes a time where people just gotta get up and just, if you don't like it, change it. Don't go complaining about it. Don't go on social media complaining about it. Just put in that work, put in that legwork to do what you gotta do to make it to get to the next level. Take all that anger, all that frustration, and all that you're feeling, and turn it into something where it's positive.
Mm-hmm.
You know, that's I guess my biggest pet peeve, and it's like you see it through work, people outside, like also like being grateful. Like really, like you're alive.
Yeah.
You're alive. You know, you're on the show. You don't like where you're at on the card or on the show. Tough. Oh well. There's plenty of times where you're not gonna like what you're doing, but make what you're doing the best thing on that show. Make it the main event. They don't have to be the last on the card, but make it memorable. You have the opportunity to make it memorable, so just make it memorable. Just make it the best thing there. Promote it, and do what you got to do. Don't just sit back and complain, oh this, oh that. You know, no one cares. No one gives a shit.
How much of that is an issue when you see guys who are on cards, but they're not sharing them on Facebook, they're not promoting them? I mean, how much of that is a problem?
Man, I don't pay attention to it.
Uh-huh.
I don't pay any attention to it. I just worry about what Joey Ace is doing, what Joey Ace got to film, what Joey Ace got to put out, how many times he's got to share it. Really, negative comments, positive comments, I don't even read them.
Yeah.
I put it up, and that's it. You know, once you start also like kind of dib-dabbing and reading and looking,
yeah,
that hits you in certain ways, and it might discourage you, it might motivate you. I just don't. I just do what I got to do, and play it as if, you know, I wasn't reading dirt sheets. You know?
Yeah. I mean, that's a good point, because I know that even like famous celebrities who I've heard will actually like vanity search, and they'll go in and they'll start like picking fights for no reason. It's like, you're above that, aren't you?
Yeah. So, you know, what would I look like if I did an interview or a video, I put it online, and I fought with people in the comments?
Because then you just look like one of the pack.
Exactly. Like, what do I look like fighting online with so and so? Like, it's fire with fire. It's like, don't you got other things better to do?
Exactly.
You know, you gotta maybe eat dinner, or take a shower, hug your wife, hug your girlfriend, hug your boyfriend. Like, don't you got better things to do than sit there and like fight? Like, that's energy, that's time that could be going into something else.
Yeah. Yep. You're very right.
You know, they got like a fantasy football league too.
Yeah, there's. I've got 6 of them, so I guess I have no time to troll.
Exactly. So check it out. You know.
No, I mean, that's very true. I mean, I feel like when people post things on Facebook, you get to a point where I'm like, I don't get into the comments too much, because then, like you said, it drags away and it's negative, and I'm not going to sit here and you know, try to get as low as other people. If they want to undermine you or trash you, you know, say something bad about my podcast, whatever they want to say, that's fine by me. I'm gonna be keep doing what I'm gonna keep doing.
Mm-hmm. No, yeah, you got to keep doing what you're doing. You know, and there's also a level of competition. Like, I got told a while ago, stay salty, be salty, and it's a matter of being that way, motivated, and being hungry all the time. Like, as if you don't have anything. You got to fight like you don't have anything. Like, I have a beautiful apartment, a beautiful wife. You know, everything is fine. You know, but like, I get up in the morning super early, and I go to the gym, and I look and I see these homeless people outside. I see people asking for money, going through trash cans. You know, I walk by Madison Square Garden. This is the world's most famous arena. You know, everything that's amazing in entertainment and sports has gone on there.
Yeah.
And there's homeless people all over the place. Think about that. And I'm like, do I want to be here? No. I want to be inside there. Mm-hmm. You know what I mean? It's like, it makes, yeah,
And you don't want to be.
Like, I don't know.
You don't want to just be inside there in the seats. You want to be inside there in that center of that ring.
Yeah, but it's a reminder. There's two sides. There's being in there and being out there. And I don't want to be out there because I see it.
You want to be able to count your blessings, but you don't want to get complacent.
Exactly. So it's like, do what you got to do to get ahead.
Yeah. And how much of it, like when you get in there and you start working out, if you have a bad day, how much does that working out kind of really motivate you, and you can like you said, channel that into your workout?
Oh my God. Same thing. It's just like, it makes you feel so good. Like so good. Like I could be on 2 hours of sleep and I don't want to work out. I'm lazy. I don't want to get down there. I could go, I get started, and this is like the greatest thing in the world. It's like, I feel so good, even though I'm tired. It's like better than a shot of caffeine, better than coffee.
And you mentioned that you get ideas and stuff like that. Where is it that you find traditionally that you get the best ideas for promos, or just anywhere you can be?
Man, I could be on the train, I could be in my car, I could be watching something with wrestling that's old, or watching these guys just talk smack and promoting an event. Like I love like Conor McGregor, Chael Sonnen, Muhammad Ali. Like those guys, I can watch all day, and then I could just be like, bam, I can get an idea. And whoever my opponent is, I could think of things about them and conjure up feelings of how I feel about them.
Yeah.
And boom, there it is. It's all based on the feeling and emotion. And if I believe that, you're gonna believe that.
Now. Mm-hmm. Yeah, that's all. It's like you really want it to like reach the screen and have the person feel it.
Yeah, of course. And there's always something to talk about. There's always something. Like my job, like as you control professional wrestler, sports entertainer, whatever you want to call it, like is for me to put butts in the seat. But for you to want to watch and you to want to care, come see what's going to happen.
Yeah.
So how can I do that if I'm too busy? Oh, you're my best friend. Yay. I'm not going to want to watch that. I'll watch gymnastics if I'm going to watch that.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
I mean, I think that the saltiness is what gives you your edge.
There's a lot of young guys that I talk to, and they're like, I guess I feel like I'm still young, but I'm old. 29, I've been doing this 10 years now. And, there's a lot of, like, these young guys, like, I don't know what to do. I don't have a character. I don't have, and I'm like, sometimes it is going to take time. But you could do something where it's a gimmick and you can make it happen and it's great. Cool, good for you. You found something. But your true self, you have to go through things. You have to get a little gritty. You got to get a little dirty. You got to get told no. You got to get your name dragged through the mud. You got to, get denied. You got to, like, fail a bunch of times. So you have this experience. So you get angry and you get hungry. And then when you go out there, it just comes out naturally. Things just happen to pop up. And then you start to feel it. I think also, like, just guys now need to just figure that out. Instead of trying to be that wrestler, that generic, if they're trying to be a bad guy, be cocky. If they're trying to be a good guy, yay, rah-rah. There's got to be, I got to know you on a different level. I know the story behind you to better understand you and why you do the things you do.
Yeah, and like what motivates the person and what makes them want to get up in the morning, what makes them want to get in that ring and bust their ass and train to do so. I mean, like you said, you have to go through certain experiences to make you into a, and some people are more gimmicky, but some people are, you can see it's their personality just coming through.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, and on November, like, the 4th, like, Sonny's probably gone through things in his life. And Sonny's gone through hardships and little things and stuff like that, being who he is. But in that ring is going to be something totally different. I'm going to make him fight for that championship. I don't care what he's gone through, what he feels, anything, he better break out every athletic thing he can do to try to stop me.
Mm-hmm.
Because I just want that belt. I don't want him with it. I want it.
So if you were to win,
He took it from me. He took that championship from me.
So how many times have you won it? Just once?
I just won it once.
Now,
that was 10 months.
If you were to be able to get it again, what would that feeling be like the second time around, do you think?
Oh, it'd be sweeter than the first time.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, sweeter than the first time. It'll be even better beating him for it.
Mm-hmm.
But I don't feel like he's proved his worth. I don't feel like he's, he's the concrete rose, but that rose that he's holding is making his hands bleed.
Mm-hmm.
And those hands, the blood is bleeding, and my name's all over it. And I got salt, and I'm going to pour it on those wounds. And it's going to burn all right. It's going to burn real good.
Now, that's going to take us... Actually, you being the salty dog actually goes hand in hand with the fact that on the next show, we already have one match announced. It's called the Packy Chip Death Match, and that's going to feature Jeff Cannonball and Logan Black. So that, I'm not even sure what that really entails. I guess we'll find out when we see it.
A Taipei Death Match?
Oh, no, it's a Packy Chip Death Match.
Oh, I've never even heard.
Well, apparently Packy Chip, it's a really kind of spicy chip that I think, Jeff actually tried recently on his YouTube channel with a few members of the Capitol roster. It was Ryan Zane, Matt Sells, and Smiley. And apparently it was pretty spicy because at first they tried to walk it off, and play it off like it wasn't anything. But then all of a sudden you saw them, reaching for that water. So
oh, damn.
I'm not sure what's going to go into this match exactly. I think it was just announced this week. What's your favorite potato chip?
My favorite potato chip, probably sour cream and onion.
Mm-hmm. Not salty and vinegar?
Nah, it's just like that aftertaste. I don't like vinegar.
Nah, I agree. I don't like those ones at all either.
No.
But that brings us to our next round of questions now, which touches on the Capitol roster. What were your thoughts on the show as a whole on October 14th?
It was amazing.
Mm-hmm.
I thought it was great. And the next show, I'll take another turnbuckle off.
Uh-oh. It's gonna be lit.
Me and Ronnie will tear that whole ring apart to prove who we are.
And so will Mickey, apparently.
Yeah, Mickey, you hear him? Every time Capitol comes up or some other show comes up, he just starts barking.
Yep, he's getting hyped.
Yeah, that's what it is.
Now we kicked off the last show, and Ken Dixon was announced as Capitol Wrestling Champion by Matthew Ryan Shapiro, who had purchased the belt for $1 more than Capitol Wrestling, and and Marcus Dowling, and unfortunately didn't have any say in the matter. So, what were your thoughts being on stage there and witnessing Ken Dixon being named champion?
I don't know why they wasted my time.
Mm-hmm.
Wow, look, just as you said that, Alexa Bliss is on my TV saying you deserve it. That's another phrase. Oh my God, you deserve it. Anyway, back to whatever. Yeah. Why waste my time? I didn't need to be standing up there for something like that.
Uh-huh. Did you feel like being on stage with all the other roster, was it kind of getting on your nerves a little bit?
Oh, of course it was. You think Ronnie wanted to be there either? No, he didn't.
Uh-huh.
You want to ask me what I think should have been done with the championship?
Well, you just made it easier for me. Yeah, let's go with that.
Oh, man, it would have been great if there was a big single elimination tournament and the winner has to earn his shot and earn his championship. Imagine that. Wow. Whoa, that's a knee slapper, huh?
Uh-huh.
Be called the first undisputed Capitol Wrestling champion. Imagine that. Wow, Sean, that would have been awesome, right? That would have been great. But unfortunately, it didn't happen.
Mm-hmm. I agree that would be pretty great. A tournament with all the roster that Capitol has, that would have been really fun to watch.
What would be great would be if either me or Ronnie was the champion.
Mm-hmm.
He's huge. He's big. He's powerful. He's trained with Seth Rollins, the Black and Brave School. What more?
Mm-hmm.
The man has blue chip written all over. Right now, honestly, we could probably give two hoots about the champion, the Capitol Wrestling champion.
Yeah.
Okay. not on our radar. Doesn't matter to us. When it gets mentioned that there's some tag team belts coming around, that's our thing. That's our goal.
Now, I mean, what did you think about the fact that they've the stable has now been formed called the Bastards, and you've got Matthew Ryan Shapiro leading it with the New York Wrecking Crew, Ken Dixon, and Paul Jourdain.
They have nothing to do with us, unless they cross our path. And if they cross our path, we'll just break the ring over their head.
Before we touch on the tag team match you guys had, which was a lot of fun to watch, one of the best matches of the night in my opinion, what were your thoughts on the card as a whole, the other matches?
They were great. That was good. That tag team gauntlet match was pretty good. I love the Perfect Strangers, man.
Yeah.
But the fact that, Andros the Greek broke his face, tough luck for him. Tough luck for his partner.
Yeah, I mean, two great guys. I got a chance to really catch up with them, and unfortunately, like you said, he couldn't compete. He had that training accident, I believe, at Warriors, and he's looking to get back in the ring as soon as he can. I think he should be cleared pretty soon, but in terms of Capital, he should be there for the next show, and I would love to see how they mix it up on the next card.
No, yeah, it would be. Hopefully, they're up, and they got to pick up the momentum. And once they pick up the momentum and they get healthy, they're gonna be up there. They're gonna be doing some great things up until they face us. And it's gonna just be downhill. That's it. It's gonna be downhill from there. Anyone who goes up against us is gonna be downhill. They could be an upward going up, to the top, straight to the top. And once they hit, the team around Larry Burton and Joe Yates, that's it. Well,
you mentioned a few minutes ago you cannot stand it when people say you deserve it. What about that rubs you the wrong way?
God, it's just annoying. You deserve it. Oh, God, of course. They wouldn't. Oh, it's just annoying. God, I hate it.
Well, what are the things that crowds do that annoy you?
Well, they can do whatever they want. But what annoys me, boring, you deserve it, this is awesome. Everything is awesome. What's not awesome? Yeah. But they can say whatever they want. They can do whatever they want. Heckle whatever they want. It doesn't matter. You know why? Because they paid their money to sit there and watch the show, bro. They paid their hard-earned money, whether they had it or not, to watch you. So I have no right to go, they said this or that to me, or they're disrespectful, or they cursed at me, they said something about my ethnicity, my nationality, whatever. You paid money to yell whatever the hell you wanted to yell at me. The only thing that would probably annoy me, pet peeve, top 10, is if that person's on their phone.
Oh, yeah.
That's it.
We're going to have to put together a list of your top 10 pet peeves that you just mentioned.
Well, okay, I'll do one. Just one. Phones. Get off your phone. Take videos. You can do that, it's fine. But on your phone, you're not engaged, it's fine. I'm over here breaking my back and you're just on your phone.
Yeah, no, I can see that for sure.
But everything else you do, I don't care less. You paid your money, do it.
Now, speaking of that, it goes right in hand with my next question. What were your thoughts on the crowd in October 14th?
They were great. I love the building. The people were different. It wasn't a wrestling crowd. They wanted to be entertained. Well, obviously every crowd wants to be entertained, but they were different. They looked different. They acted different. It wasn't your general, independent wrestling crowd.
Yeah, it was, for me, sitting in the crowd, it felt like definitely a different feel that there had been before. So, like you said, there was only maybe a handful of people that I recognized from previous events. So it was unique in the fact that there were so many new people there.
Yeah, I spotted out a lot of new people, new faces. And it's great. Hopefully on the 29th of December, there's more faces, there's more new people, there's they bring their friends, and and we keep our fan base growing.
Exactly, and that's always the goal. And at this last show, it was you, Nyla Rose, and Ronnie Burton versus Timmy Danger, Ryan Zane, and Stan Styles. Now, I just want to let you know that this match, by the way, it received a very, very high accolade. Do you know
what was that?
It was my girlfriend's favorite match of the night.
Oh, perfect! Good job.
Yeah, and she loved it.
I thought it was going to be how many times I swung a turnbuckle.
That's second. That's the Guinness Book of World Records has you.
Yes. Good job, Joey.
Now, your thoughts on that match, and now you didn't have an announced partner for a while, but once you found out Nyla Rose was your partner, what were you thinking?
Oh, she's gonna body some people.
Mm-hmm.
She's gonna body these guys. That's what I thought.
And the fact that Timmy, Ryan, and Stan had, Vinny was out there, Neil was out there, Portia was out there. Did that play a factor in the match at all to you?
Oh my God, there were too many people.
Mm-hmm.
Too many people out there. And Portia's distracting. She's just colorful, and there was too many colors, man. Like, there was too many colors going on. Her lipstick was green, her eyeshadow was purple. She had a big hat, a feminist sign. It was annoying. It was like, oh my God, shut up. Feminist. Oh my God. Like, what is your point? Like, what do you want?
Now,
what do you want?
How gratifying was it for you to lay your hands on Neil Sharkey?
Oh man, it was great. I wish it was her though, just being a feminist. I'm kidding. Oh man. Now, real quick. What do feminists want us to do? Really quick. I just want to say something about that.
Yeah, go for it.
Women on planet Earth run the world.
Mm-hmm.
Think about that for a second. Sean, everything that you do, even subconsciously, the motivation is a woman.
Mm-hmm.
Think about that. You spend 9 months, right, in a woman's womb, and you come out, and you spend the rest of your life trying to get back in.
That's very, very true, my friend.
Exactly. And there's feminists because they're not treated equally. Okay, maybe there's some things, but really, women don't know the power they have. My wife could snap her fingers and I'm at her feet.
Uh-huh.
Yep, I'm sure your girl could snap her fingers and bam, you are at her feet. And on both knees. What do you want, honey? Anyway, I digress.
No, you're good, man. That was a fun rant, or a fun divergence.
And if anyone disagrees with my point, I could care less.
Now, during that match, you had a little bit of a mishap. Your jeans seemed to rip, and they turned into chaps, pretty much. What was going through your mind when that happened?
Oh, well, it happened. What was I going to do? They ripped. I took a stone cold shaker stunner from Stan Styles, and that's what happened. My pants ripped.
Now, I think the first thought was probably, I'm glad I didn't go commando today.
Well, yeah, that was one. I didn't go commando. Thank God I didn't. Second was American Eagle Outfitters denim is the most horrible denim, the cheapest denim you can ever get. Please, people, don't go buy a pair of jeans from American Eagle Outfitters. They're horrible. If you're gonna go with denim, it's either Levi's or maybe Abercrombie & Fitch.
Now, what was it like? How did it feel, like, aside from that, like, before they ripped, how did it feel wrestling in that? I mean, I can only imagine that when I watched Dean Ambrose wrestle in jeans, it doesn't look very comfortable.
Well, his are probably stretchy. I thought mine was stretchy. Unfortunately, they stretched out.
Oh, my goodness.
It was a street fight. I wasn't going to wear my good stuff.
Yeah.
So I figured, hey, what the hell? Ronnie, you're wearing shorts. I'll just wear jeans. Let's go in there and kick some booty. And it happened when my booty ripped.
I remember at one point I was watching that match, and all of a sudden, the music for Nyla was on for quite a while, and I look over and Vinny is dancing, and I don't even think he realized he was dancing.
Yeah, he was dancing.
He was like subconsciously dancing to the beat.
Oh my God.
And you look over, like you said, there was so much going on. There's 6 guys in the ring and 3 people outside the ring, and it was chaos. And then, like you said, the ring got untied and unhinged, and then it was used to win the match.
Yeah, well, I'm not sure what happened. I know I got kicked out of the ring. something happened with the ring rope. I was choking somebody out with it. I'm not sure if we won or not. Don't know what happened after that. I was outside the ring. No one ever smarted me up and told me what happened after.
I pretty much Nyla and Ronnie got handcuffed to the one corner, and then they pretty much unscrewed it simultaneously, and then got the handcuffs off, got the key, and then they allowed you to be able to use the ring against Timmy and everyone, and that's what won you guys the match.
I know that part. Maybe I got hit in the head with a turnbuckle.
It was chaos, man. It was chaos.
It was. See, I don't even remember. I must have caught a concussion. Not even when the doctor told I was feeling loopy. I don't remember getting home. I'm waking up on my couch though. But
and at one point, Ronnie Burton did a crossbody off the speaker onto Ryan and Timmy.
I saw a clip of that. That was amazing. That's when our pants ripped.
Yeah, yeah. That's. I was fortunate enough to get that clip, and it was just a really fun match.
It was great.
Now,
I don't remember half of it.
Now that you can't remember half of it, but now that I've set you on the right track, and you know that you guys won the match, and that you won it, where does that put you on Capital's totem pole?
I have no idea. We should be on the top.
Mm-hmm. So you guys are gunning for those. You're gunning for those tag team titles?
Of course.
Mm-hmm.
So whoever has them on December 29th, well, we don't know what we're doing yet.
No. I mean,
but we know we're gonna be. We're gonna be there.
Yeah, of course.
We don't know what's gonna happen yet.
The card has not really been formulated yet, outside of that one, the Packy Chip death match with Jeff Cannonball and Logan Black. Other than that, though, we've seen tag teams like Hysteria, New York Wrecking Crew, The Perfect Strangers. What are your thoughts on the tag team division in Capital Wrestling? And is there a team that you would just love to face aside from the Perfect Strangers, as mentioned earlier?
The New York Wrecking Crew.
Uh-huh.
But unfortunately, one of them is out with a broken femur.
Yeah, I just saw that yesterday. Unfortunately, Chris Seaton, just broke his femur, so I'm not sure how long that's gonna sideline him.
Yeah, that sucks. Yeah. But then, Sex Crazed.
Sex Crazed. I'm sorry, I forgot. Yeah, Sex Crazed for sure.
Yeah, those guys for sure. Any team. We'll go up against any team and make it happen.
Uh-huh.
And tear it up and beat their ass and pin them with the 1, 2, 3. And that's what we'll do. That's what's gonna happen. That's what will happen. And that's what always happens.
Now we're looking towards, as we continue to look towards 12/29. That's going to be 4 days after Christmas. What is on Joey Ace's Christmas list?
Joey Ace's Christmas list. Lots of food and just relaxation. I don't want no one to bother me. I don't want to bother nobody. I just want to be left alone.
Uh-huh.
With my puppy.
So you guys aren't going to go out of town, visit family or anything?
Yeah, of course. But after, I just want to be left alone.
Mm-hmm. And your family's all in the area, right?
What happened?
They're all in the area, right?
Oh, of course, yeah, they're all in the area.
That's good.
Well, my present is to be alone.
That's pretty simple.
I want to open a box, right? Like a box on Christmas, right? It's all wrapped up. It's got a bow on it. I want to take off the bow. I want to rip the box open, and the box is gonna have nothing in there. And then when I look up, no one's gonna be around.
He wants isolation, people. He wants isolation. He wants to be called Napoleon, and he's gonna go to Corsica.
Yes.
That is awesome. Like you said, just sit there with your dog, and that sounds like it's the life.
Yep. Yeah, but maybe catch a few football games. Yeah, life.
A little Christmas Day basketball.
Yep.
I'm hoping the weather will be cooperating when we come up there on December 29th, because you just never know what to expect in New York and during that time.
Oh no, of course, yeah, man. It's gonna be like one of those times where you don't know. But hopefully the weather cooperates and everything is fine, and it'll be a great show.
Now, before we get out,
the 5-star starter Ronnie Burton is going to be on it.
Oh, of course, I can't wait, man. It's always a great time to see you guys every single time. You're two of the most friendliest guys out there, and hardest working too. So it's always great to see you guys. Before we get out of here, anything on would you like to plug your social media, any merchandise, and just go over the upcoming shows as well?
Well, right now I got November the 4th, Road to Solution, Sunny Kiss. I'm coming for that title. Warriors of Wrestling. That's going to be at the Fun Station on 355 Victory Boulevard in Staten Island, New York. Then on November the 18th, it is Passaic, New Jersey. It is Legendary Action Wrestling. La Guerra en Passaic. I'll be going up against the strategist Justin F. And I'll be putting my LAW United States Championship on the line. And then we got you guys coming up right after that in December. So as of right now, those 3 dates. There's another. Also there's another Warriors of Wrestling again in Brooklyn on December the 1st, Friday. But don't know all the details for that yet.
There we go. And where can people find you on Twitter and Instagram, all that?
On Twitter, you can find me at JoeyAnthony88. You could tweet me. You could retweet. You could post. You could quote a tweet. Do what you want, but just follow me on Instagram at JoeyAce88. Click the follow, like some pictures, comment, post, say whatever you want. Don't really care. And you could find my YouTube link on the bio in the page, and you can click that, subscribe to that, like some videos, share some videos. You'll see all my upcoming promos, match clips, and matches that I do. You'll find all of that on there. And obviously on Facebook, Joey Ace, you can find me there. And you can find my fan page, The Salty Dog Joey Ace. You can like that. You can repost that. You can do what you want and comment on it as well.
Excellent. Well, Joey, we really want to thank you for spending time tonight on the Capital Wrestling Podcast. It's always a pleasure.
Thank you. Always a pleasure. Thank you.
And once again, everyone, that was the Salty Dog, the 5-star stud Joey Ace. He'll be there on December 29th at Capital Wrestling. We're not sure what match just yet. The card has, aside from one match being announced, the Packy Chip Death Match between Jeff Cannonball and Logan Black. But other than that, it's wide open right now. So stay tuned to Capital Wrestling without a G on Twitter. Follow me on Twitter at Sean Neutron. You can also follow us on, catch us on Facebook. Every Wednesday at 12, we have the podcast. Go to soundcloud.com/LTorsPodcast. Search for us on iTunes at Capital Wrestling. Now, also, every Monday, we're live on 6:05 at gfqlive.tv, Twitch, PivotShare, whatamaneuver.net, ProWrestlingTees.com. Get your merchandise there. Get the beanies, get the sweatshirts, and any sponsorships, talent you want to be on the card. Go to capitalwrestling@gmail.com. Any other questions, go to capitalwrestling@gmail.com. So it was a great episode this week, and next week we'll be talking to the voice of Capital Wrestling, the ring announcer, Michael Buckley. So we're going to get to talk to him about plenty of great wrestling-related topics and his experiences so far after 2 shows with Capital Wrestling. So look for that next week, and thank you everyone for listening.